Hey you guys, welcome back to Lisa & Company. Today I have a really exciting announcement for me anyway, and I have a using trash to create treasure. I have created a 3-tiered tray which I will take you through momentarily, and at the moment has been staged up here on my almost finished coffee bar. So I have a few more things I need to do to finish that, but I have a really fun announcement today. Casey from Coffee with My Sunshine has asked me to co-host her February Using Trash to Create Treasure collaboration, and I am stupid excited. This has been one of my favorite open invites ever since I joined YouTube. I have participated almost every month, and Casey knows that I get pretty darn excited when I hit the thrift store and find great stuff, and then I can use it and upcycle it into great new pieces for my home. So I hope you'll join us. I'm gonna pop it right in here so you can see everything you need to know about the Using Trash to Create collab. You have to follow both Casey and I on YouTube. We're gonna ask you to mention both of us in your video and use Using Trash to Create Treasure somewhere in your title. Those go live on February the 28th, and we hope tons and tons of you will join us so that all our viewers can get some great ideas and some super content from the playlist. All right, you guys, we need to get this tray started. Wow, you know what I actually forgot to say? The most important rule of all for this is have fun with your projects. All right, what are we using today? Well, I have these highly attractive plates that I'm pretty sure somebody was using on top of their kitchen cabinets probably since the early 90s. They were filthy, covered in that sticky, greasy dust that is just crazy hard to get off. So they have been scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed again, and we are ready to start putting this together. I'm going to be using a number of different pieces, but before I do that, I want to show you a number of different options. This is an unfinished wooden candlestick from Michael's. Unfortunately, I didn't have another one that would work with it. These are a couple that I picked up at, not sure which thrift store, but two the same, and I need more than that to complete this. So what I'm going to be using is these handy dandy Dollar Tree candlesticks because I can stack them up and everything up the middle will look basically the same. I also have a couple of other pieces that I'm going to use on the top of the tray just so that it looks like it has a great handle. Of course, I'll be using my trusty E6000 with a couple of dabs of hot glue to help hold it together while it sets up. I did a couple of things differently here. It would have been a lot easier to paint this tray and all its pieces before I assembled it, but I have done that before, and I find the E6000 doesn't stick as well to paint as it does to the raw material. So I'm going to suck it up and do it this way. I also have these little pieces I got from the Habitat for Humanity Restore. If you saw my recent haul, you'll see that I had an entire bag of those. So I'm going to be using those as feet to lift up the tray a little bit more. All right, before I attach the feet, this is super shiny and it has a great finish on it, even though I think it's getting older. So I'm going to take some about 80 grit sandpaper here, and I am going to sand a little bit where I'm attaching the pieces. I just want to create a slightly rougher surface so that the glue has something to grip to. I'm going to repeat that everywhere where we're going to be attaching something. On the bottom plate, I'm going to do it in the 4 corners here so that my little wooden feet are going to attach really well. Under the category of live and learn, I'm going to tell you, you want to put your E6000 down first. If you do the hot glue first, it's going to start to harden up before you get the E6000 on. So take it from me, trial and error, done it the wrong way before, make sure you do E6000, then a couple of dabs of the hot glue. On these other ones, I actually used my Dollar Tree square to make sure that I was getting it in the center. I have made a tiered tray before that didn't line up, and it drives me crazy every time I look at it. I basically don't use it anymore because it drove me nuts. All right, you can see I have everything assembled, but I am not happy with that top piece. So this is where having pieces hanging around from thrift stores makes all the difference in the world. I added a teeny tiny little candlestick on top and another one of those little wooden cup feet, and that is going to do the trick and make it look scaled and proportionate what I am looking for. Well, it's time to paint. I will tell you that I took this whole thing down to the basement and I sprayed it with 2 light coats of the Kills spray primer. I love this stuff. It hides the pattern. It provides a great surface for your paint, and I let everything dry really well. I let the E6000 set up for a full 48 hours. I let the Kills primer set up for 24 hours. I want this to be a piece that I have for a long time, so I took my time to make sure I got it right. Now, in hindsight, I wish I had picked up the Rust-Oleum chalked spray paint to do this, because painting the lower level and the upper level was no problem with the brush, but painting in between was a nightmare. So you've been warned, buy the spray paint. Don't try to do it by hand like I did. We're not just going to stop at the finished project today. We are going to decorate this tiered tray. So I have assembled a few of my favorite things. I'm trying to stay away from Easter and spring, but the greenery is happening. Now this small section is going to be tough, so I have shopped my home to see what I could find. Let's do this. I love this little moss heart and the way it came out. That was from one of my Valentine's videos, and I'll pop that up here in the card so you can see how I made it. I love to collect milk glass, and I have this shallow bowl that I'm going to fill with the Dollar Tree moss stones, and that is going to help me fill some of the space on this middle level. These little candles from Dollar Tree fit perfectly in here and take up a great space. I have this L I picked up at Pottery Barn. I found it in their clearance section one day, and yeah, you know, you have to have it. That little cream jug came from a thrift store, and I think that's going to do a good job filling up some space up top. I'm just adding some greens. That little apple, I have a thing for black and white polka dots, so although it's been sitting waiting to be used, I think it may have finally found its spot. That frog that I put up on top, he is my frog prince, and if you've been watching my videos for a while, you have probably seen him in a couple of others. He's getting swapped down to the bottom, and I've got a little Dollar Tree sign up at the top there. I'm going to go ahead and add some of these larger items on the bottom. That's a house I picked up at a thrift store and painted white. Of course, some greenery. Basically, just all kinds of bits and pieces, and you know you're going to move all these things around several times. There's even a good chance that once I'm finished, I'm probably going to move a few things around after the camera has stopped. I'm going to add a few of these cotton stems from Dollar Tree, as well as a few more sprigs of boxwood I picked up at Dollarama. They are great for just filling in small holes and making sure everything looks really complete. The very best advice I can give you when putting together your tiered trays is, number 1, have fun with it. Number 2, don't be afraid to move it around. And number 3, there is no such thing as perfect and finished on a tiered tray. There are so many ways it can come together. It's all about your personal taste, and it's all about what is pleasing to you. And we're done, or at least we're as done as we're going to be for today. I'm really happy with this tiered tray, although I will tell you it weighs a ton, but that's what happens when you use 3 large stone plates. I am loving the space that I have, with the exception of that slightly too small shelf, although we were able to come up with a solution for it, and I think it looks pretty darn good. If I was to go back and do it again, I would have extended that space ever so slightly. I have a thing for black and white and green, which if you've been watching my videos for a while, you would already know. And I have a feeling that this tiered tray is going to live on the coffee bar once it's finished, because I think it's going to actually be a really practical addition to my coffee bar. Hey you guys, I really hope you enjoyed this tray, and I hope you're gonna run out to your nearest thrift store, Goodwill, or Restore and find some plates that you can upcycle into a gorgeous and super inexpensive 3 or 2 tiered tray. I'm glad you stopped by today, and I hope you'll join us for Casey at Coffee with My Sunshines Using Trash to Create Treasure open invite collaboration on February 28th. Don't forget to look down in the description box for all the information you need to know, and hopefully we will see you that day with some amazing content for all of our viewers. Thanks for stopping by, Lisa & Company, and we'll see you next time. Bye! Don't forget you can follow us on Instagram for all kinds of extra tidbits and shopping trips and parts of our lives. That's Living the Life at Lisa & Company, or join us on Facebook at Lisa & Company. If you haven't watched these videos, make sure you do, and don't forget to subscribe so you know every time we upload a video.